All right. What's going on, Sano?
I don't know. My week's been eventful.
Yeah. I totally understand what you're saying. Now, you are aware, of course, our fans are not aware, that as of late, we've been getting flagged a lot. And I came on here and I was getting ready to voice my opinions about it. But I'm not going to. Instead, I'm doing a moment of silence because Namco has flagged our last two videos, and of course I was a little angry about it, but I was just notified by Sano that Masaya Nakamura, which was the CEO,
original founder of
Namco, passed away on January 22nd, right?
Yeah, January 22nd. He was 91 years old. So he lived a nice, long, healthy life, but still.
Yeah. So instead of me going off on a rant on Namco today, we're going to give him a moment of silence. Alright guys, welcome to Non-Canon 64 episode of the podcast. You have myself, Vox, along with Sano over her. AMKE is not with us today. She is actually out punching Nazis in the face. So, just be aware of that. If you hear about it, if you see a little small shadow just jumping around, kind of like Yoda for episode 2 of Star Wars, that is actually her punching Nazis.
Oh, that was a funny image.
Jumping around like Yoda. So we got a lot of stuff planned for you today. We have Sano bringing the noise again with his news. As far as the typical announcements that we have going for you, just watch the Twitch stream. Every Wednesday is when the three of us are doing our multi-stream, or try to at least. As of late, we've been playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, aka Super Friend Z. Eventually, when Tokiden 2 comes out,
oh my god, that's gonna be
another thing entirely as far as how we're gonna push the boundaries for us. So hopefully we're gonna be able to stream on all three services at that time too, which would be Twitch, YouTube, and
Facebook.
It's funny because I knew it was 3, but then at the same time I'm like, what's the third one?
Yeah, we haven't used Facebook in a while because
we don't get paid off of that.
Well, not only that, but what was it? AMKE typically streams to YouTube, but PS4s don't allow us to stream Xenoverse 2 directly to YouTube, so I have to take YouTube.
Again, I have to be nice because Xenoverse is made by
Bandai Namco. So
we'll just put that pin in that. But tune into our Twitch streams where we have Overwatch on PC done by myself. We have Sano playing
whatever I feel like at the moment.
There you go.
Last time it was For Honor.
For Honor. How did that go?
Talk about that later.
Okay. At some point during this week, I'm not entirely sure when, but I'm going to be doing the speed run of Shantae to try to get this last-ditch effort to get the platinum trophy for. Apparently, apparently I have to beat the game in under 2 hours and get 100% completion. So I can kill two birds with one stone.
Beat the game 100% complete in 2 hours.
Yep.
Okay.
So I already beat the game. The 2 trophies that I have to get that deal with this specific thing is that one of them I have to beat within 2 hours. That's it. And it doesn't matter the completion. The other one I can beat with under 4 hours to excuse me, to get 100% completion, and I get that trophy. Killing 2 birds with one stone just means I have to get 100% completion within 2 hours. Now, the cool thing is that when you beat the game, you get another game mode, which is full genie or whatever the hell it is. So basically, you have all the transformations.
So it's about strong shit. All right.
Yeah, so you actually have the ability to rush through. There's like a form where I could just fly through a level. Literally just fly through a level. But I have to find a map to tell me where everything is so I can make sure I get it on the first try. Otherwise, it's going to be entertaining, nonetheless, to try to do it. But
watch you spaz out because you see the time ticking.
Yeah, I don't. I don't do too well. I think it wasn't Fear Effect. There was a game that I played on PlayStation 2 where every goddamn level was timed. I mean, Knights of Azure is like that now too, but it's not. How do I explain this? It's not like you won't be able to get it done. Plus, there's save points where you'll be able to leave, come back, and a timer is reset as you're further in the dungeon. But there was a game on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 2, and I don't remember what it was called. But anyway, let's get started with this news.
Before we do, I kind of want to test you a little bit.
Oh,
and this can go back and forth if you wish, but. I was roaming around the internet and I saw Junichi Masuda. For those of you who don't know, and if you don't know, go do something.
Go sit in the barrel and think about what you just said.
But Junichi Masuda is one of the lead producers of the Pokemon series. There was a challenge, I believe, in our IGN or GameSpot, I can't remember exactly which one, where he was given 20 seconds to name as many Pokemon as he could.
Ooh.
He got up to 30. Some interesting things I saw was that he only named Pokemon from the first generation, so that's Bulbasaur to Mew, and B, he didn't name any Pokemon that were existed in the same evolutionary tree. So he didn't name, if he named Bulbasaur, he didn't name Ivysaur and Venusaur.
I wonder what that is. Maybe he was trying to make it harder on himself.
Because I don't think that was part of the. I don't think that was part of the rules. It wasn't really said.
They just said name 30.
Yeah, they just
or
said
name as many as you can.
Name as many as you can in 20 seconds, and he got named 30.
Are you going to time me on this one?
Of course I am. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to pull up my trusty phone.
Okay.
I'm going to find out how to make a timer, because I don't do that often. There we go. And I'm going to set the timer. I'm going to set the timer. I feel like you could have did that
on your smartwatch that you have.
I could have. That involves talking my smartwatch, and I didn't like it at the moment. Yeah, I'm going to start the timer. And when I get 20 seconds, you're going to stop.
God, okay, it's so much pressure.
Can I
pull
it
him
don't
off
have to. We don't have to stick to the first gen. I wonder if he did that just because that was easy for him.
Well, shit, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to stick to that just because it's a little easier for me.
But let's see how this goes. All right.
Are you going to do some dashes then?
Oh, of course.
Okay. So is the goal to beat 30?
Let's see how far you can get. If you can beat 30, well, you got something to hold over his head.
Okay.
Ready? And go.
Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, Charizard, Charmeleon, Charmander, Butterfree, fucking Beedrill, Weedle, Caterpie, Metapod, Kakuna, Pikachu, Raichu, Pidgey, Pidgeot, Pidgeotto, Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite, Mew, Mewtwo. Oh, what was that?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 23.
What? That is a lot harder than I expected. Holy shit, I'm about to kill it. I just got in my groove when I said Mewtwo. I was just like, time to take it to the second gen. Oh, okay. All right, my time.
I'm probably going to fail.
Yeah, I feel like you play this a lot.
I do, and I have a lot to pick from, and that's probably what's going to fuck me up.
Well, let me see the timer. You can't hold on to the timer.
I'm not going to hold on to the timer.
Oh, you stopped it at 21 seconds, so you actually were a little nice about it. So I got to press start over, right? And I press the button right here?
Yeah.
Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1.
Totodile, Mew, Mewtwo, Dragonite, Dratini, Rhydon, Rhyhorn, Jumpluff, Skiploom, Escavalier, Blaziken, Lugia, Ho-Oh, Celebi, Darkrai, fuck. Shit, I'm done. I knew it.
You were at, let's see, 1, 2,
no more
3,
than 20.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Probably
11,
15.
12, 13, 14, 15.
Wow. I'm disappointed in myself, to be honest.
I'm not going to lie, that was kind of fun. If we try to do the same thing 20 seconds with Digimon, I can tell you
I'm not going to do that
either. You want to make it any harder, I give you a full minute to name 10 Monster Ranchers.
I will get to 0.
Tiger.
Nah.
That's it. That's all you got me. The only reason why I know that is because it's this fucking blue wolf with horns, and they still called it Tiger.
Wow. I remember nothing about Monster Rancher.
That was the only thing. There was like a huge eye. There was this weird turtle thing. It was the whole
I remember
thing.
the huge eye because it was like on the opening sequence.
It was on everything. I remember. Golem was one. That's two I'm at now. I just don't remember the huge eye's name.
Nah, I don't know. It's probably just a huge eye.
I'll give you 30 seconds to name 5 Yokai Watch characters.
Yeah, I'll lose that too. I just know how they look. I don't know their names.
It's just so fucking weird. I can't think of any other mass monster.
You could do Yu-Gi-Oh. But those names are long. A good chunk.
Blue Eyes White Dragon, Dark Magician, Red Eyes Black Dragon. Yeah, see, you will fuck up just trying to say one of the names. And then we have to only be monsters too, so no trap cards, no solemn wishes, no what is it called? What is it?
Pot of Greed.
Pot of Greed. I was gonna say Greedy Jar. Fuck.
No, you draw 2 cards. That counts 2.
All right, so are we ready to do the news?
Sure.
God, that was fun. We got to do that more often. Mm-hmm. All right, so first part of news that we'll be talking about today: Final Fantasy is celebrating the 30th year basically. The first Final Fantasy was the last ditch effort by Square. So basically, if that game didn't work out, we wouldn't be looking at 30 years later. We would not be looking at the acquisition of Crystal Dynamics and things like that. So, congratulations to Square Enix making it 30 years with Final Fantasy.
It's hard to believe that is 30 years.
Right? I'm not even 30, but yet I've played just about every game they have.
I played...
You said you played 10. You started with 10.
I started with 10. I played everyone starting with 7, not counting 11.
Okay.
Every main title. Most of the spin-offs don't count to me.
You know what? 11 was difficult to play because it's like playing online with a PlayStation 2, where you had to buy a disc, you had to buy the network adapter, and it wasn't...
Only the hardcore did it.
Exactly.
I didn't even know it had online capabilities until much later.
Really?
I didn't know.
See, I knew they had that expansion bay in the back. Never knew what the fuck it did. For me, it was just this huge opening in the back of my PlayStation 2.
That collected dust.
Yeah, exactly. It was a dust
and
magnet.
Then eventually I got the PS2 Slim, so it didn't matter anyway because there wasn't one for it.
You say, you know what, this didn't work. We're just going to put it on something called the PlayStation 3. So back to Final Fantasy. So they're celebrating the 30th anniversary, and what they did was they offered a little bit of information on Final Fantasy VII. Yay!
You caught the information?
Yeah. I mean, it was beautiful for those that actually cared about nothing.
I'm like, where are you going with this, man? It's like, it was literally...
it was what they showed. Was it? I'll give you a couple of questions I want you to answer, Sana, because you looked at it as much as I did. But was it trailers?
Nope.
Oh man. Okay. Was it anything that had to do with the explanation of what they mean by episodes?
Nope.
Okay. Let's see here. Was there any online activity that could have been a part of this?
Define online.
Define. So,
define activity.
So did they talk about how you're going to be traversing through this world that they said was damn near impossible for them to make?
Nope.
Well, I can tell you what they did show. A visual piece. By visual piece, I mean promotional art. And by promotional art, I mean something that did not matter nor contributed to anything about Final Fantasy other than build more hype.
They could have just dumped this shit into fucking Google Images. We would have been alright.
Here was the thing. There were so many people that were excited about it when they first saw it that they were just kind of mad that they didn't get a chance to see it in its full resolution because it was recorded on a camera. So, they released it for a high definition download for the desktop, and it's just Cloud and Sephiroth.
Yep.
Those two lovable duo, and that was it.
Two characters that no one actually expected to see in this game.
Surprise characters.
Holy
so if
shit,
you did
Sephiroth's in this?
if you thought Cloud and Sephiroth was done, I got something for you. Turn back into it
Ridiculous.
again. Square Enix back to their old trolling games. Now that we got Final Fantasy 15, they just gave them permission to be dicks again. So, what we'll be talking about, or what I'm going to be talking about next, because that was just like a trash fire worth, a dumpster fire worth of information, and I do apologize for that. Instead,
We'll give you a moment to pick up your shattered brain remains from the floor and the wall behind you.
if you guys thought you were going to get anything else other than a surprise announcement at E3 anytime soon, especially because carrying the hype of Final Fantasy 15 and a new expansion pack from 14, sorry. You have a better chance of learning about what Final Fantasy 16 is about, and I guarantee you we won't be seeing that until PlayStation 7.
Yeah. Unless it's a pachinko machine.
What I need is that fan-made game. Give me that shit. That would actually look pretty fun. But I do actually have some Mass Effect Andromeda news.
I want to correct you, but I also want you to continue.
I have your attention. See, kids, that is how you gain attention. This is all part of journalism that we did not go to school for.
By butchering the human language. By butchering the English language.
There you go. You had it the first time.
Well, yeah, that too.
So, in a recent interview, Mass Effect Andromeda producer Fernando Melo. Excuse me, not interview. What am I talking about? That would actually consider journalism. On Twitter.
Hold on. Go on.
He confirmed that on Twitter that the game's multiplayer mode will not feature cross-platform support.
Okay.
Why was that even a concern?
Well,
who gives a shit?
Well, I guess I can see that because, like, now with Microsoft announcing, the Xbox Play Anywhere, that's always something, and also with the speculation, I guess, that's still floating around of the three platforms combining their online services. I guess that's something that needs to be said now because people are still waiting on that.
That's not going to happen, especially not with PC, because
well, I mean, that's not entirely out of the cards because PS4 games have paired with PC, Xbox One games have paired with PC.
If what I'm talking about as far as controllers go, I do not ever expect to see a first-person game being played among PC players, Xbox players, and PlayStation 4 PlayStation players
because of keyboard mouse.
Because of keyboard and mouse. Now, I have a gaming mouse, and I'll show you a little later what that's capable of doing. But if I could change the sensitivity on my mouse for how I move in general, no one would be able to touch me. Even if you turn, I'm just using Overwatch as an example because that's a game I play a lot. Mm-hmm. If I could change, I can turn the sensitivity on my my PlayStation 4 up as much as I want. Okay, as versus me turning it up on my mouse, I'm using my whole hand and wrist versus a thumb. You see what I'm saying? There's going to be less control on the PlayStation 4. Now, I'm not an elitist at all because I play both, but it's not going to be possible for it to be on even playing ground unless they give some type of handicap.
They give... Well, I've seen games do this. What if they give the games that have, three-way cross-compatibility the ability to use keyboard mouse on console?
Wouldn't they have to go through the actual manufacturer of the system itself, unless they created something that was
I've
available?
seen games I know on PS4 back in the Final Fantasy days of yore that I miss so much. That's a different story. That allows you to use keyboard mouse.
You said which RPG?
Final Fantasy 14.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm confused then because I thought the PlayStation 4 needed a special connection to do that. A special I
just used any.
Oh. That's kind of...
Grab an brand one from Walmart.
Yeah, if they do that, that'd be awesome. I mean, then at that point, the only thing you'd be suffering from is like the input lag on TV or whatever, but you can easily get around that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But if they would allow that, I'm down for it. Then I would actually appreciate that as a more viable option. But they also said that besides the cross-platform support, which I could understand if it was Xbox and PlayStation, that'd be a lot more fun. Like if we wanted to play with Ronan and his people from his podcast with us on one team, we could do that because we play with him on Xbox 360. But yeah, we'll have to see. Also, too, Fernando said that they will not be getting dedicated servers for the multiplayer, which meaning it'll be peer-to-peer, kind of like how the Mass Effect 3 was. So, again, okay. I mean, dedicated servers are cool, don't get me wrong, but
it wasn't something. Well, but then again, it wasn't. This was a tweet, though, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it wasn't something that took up a lot of space and penmanship.
Yeah, so I mean, if we either get it or we don't. I don't really care if we do. It's not like it's a huge seller for me, but yeah. Boy, what news you working with?
Man, I got a lot. First up, kudos to Nintendo making another hit like they always do. Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon has sold over 14 million copies.
Are we surprised?
I mean, this is like these numbers are high even for a Pokemon game. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was at least the fastest selling Pokemon game they've made. I don't know if it's the highest selling, but I know it's the fastest.
Which is good news for a game that took so many risks.
Also, I would just like to point out that this game sold probably about 7 times more than the Wii U did.
Just discounted, Nintendo. Jesus.
Speaking of Wii U, the Wii U is actually going discontinued in Japan. Production has officially stopped. So with it being out of commission in its homeland, everywhere else is going to follow. Next up, something a bit more tangible. Tony Hawk announced that he's going to have another skating game being made by someone outside of Activision. A bit of backstory with that. The contract for Activision to make Tony Hawk games ended back in 2015. There was speculation if they would actually extend the contract, but obviously not. That's not the case. Another thing to note is that Neversoft, who typically had made the Tony Hawk games, is now part of Infinity Ward, is making Call of Duty games. So, with those two things being said, we don't have.
I thought it was Neversoft that made its games.
Did I not say Neversoft?
You said Infinity Ward.
Neversoft combined with Infinity Ward.
Oh, got it.
Those things being said, there are no new details. The only thing that Tony Hawk himself said is that this developer feels right, so we don't know who's doing it. We don't know what it's going to be. We don't know what's going to be in it. But for those of you who want a new good skating game, we might be on the cusp of that. I was talking to Scott earlier, and he said that they might have just went to EA and is not just making another skate game with Tony Hawk's name on it.
Good. I was going to say buy Skate 3 if you're looking for a new skating game.
A bit of a PSA. For Honor is actually going to go into beta, into open beta for every platform starting on February 9th, ending on February 12th. So if you have any interest in the game, go ahead, download the demo, let us know what you think. Anyone who's been paying attention to our Twitch page would know that I actually took a delve into closed beta not too long ago.
And if you didn't know, that's why we tell you to watch our Twitch.
That's why we keep you informed. See, these things go hand in hand. I guess my first impressions of brain fart of For Honor. My first impressions of For Honor is that it. When I played it, I primarily played in one-on-one. I felt like that was the most fun that I had because I also tried 2-on-2 and I felt 4-on-4 domination would get too crazy.
Jesus, 4-on-4 thing.
Mm-hmm. It's more like a full-out war thing. There's like 4 leaders and there are troops that you either command or kill. But with 2-on-2, I got kind of irritated. Like if my teammate, because one player from each opposing team will start off on like opposite ends of the map. So there'll be one opponent. There'll be you and your opponent on one side of the map, and then your ally and the other opponent on the other side. The game gets very hectic if your ally dies before you. For reasons that you may or may not be able to understand. But one-on-one, there was a back and forth. Actually, my first when I started playing, there's this one guy whose name I forgot. It's probably somewhere. It's probably somewhere on the Twitch. that I kept going back and forth with. I ended up like when it was all said and done, I probably beat him 8 times. He beat me 3, but it was still kind of fun. I actually.
So was it easy to pick up?
It was pretty simple. I wish I could change the button mapping because like your normal attack is R1, your heavy attack is R2.
Excuse me?
Exactly.
What the fuck are the face buttons then?
Triangle is taunt, square is guard break.
What?
X is dodge.
That makes
that one makes sense.
That one makes sense. But this R1 and R2 thing is weird.
L1 is block and lock. No, L2 is block and lock on. Yeah, and if you want to switch targets, you press L2 twice. Right.
No. Why
so
not
the
do
controls
R1
and that's I noticed that's the Ubisoft game. Anyone who listened to my review on Watch Dogs 2.
I did, and I bought the game, and now I'm playing it. I've been playing it nonstop now.
Checks in the mail. But anyone who watched my review on Watch Dogs 2, it seemed for whatever reason Ubisoft likes making very, very odd button configurations.
Yeah, it took me a while.
So once you get used to that, the game is pretty easy. You used to while you're holding block, you use the right analog stick to deflect attacks headed, and the user interface is somewhat easy to read. So the user interface will tell you what direction your opponent's attacking from. You just flick the right analog stick in that direction. You block it. Same thing, like if you're attacking, hold it the right analog stick in the direction you want to send an attack, and you will send and you'll attack in that direction. It's pretty easy to pick up. It's kind of twitchy, but not very. And like any other fighting game, you do kind of have to get in your opponent's head because the screen is telling your opponent what you're doing, so you kind of have to be tricky. But one-on-one is the way to go if you play that game, at least in my opinion. If anyone has any other opinions, I'm more than ready to hear them.
Yeah, your liking to it is a lot different than how Scott liked it. So
yeah.
Was it still? Did it still seem as broken as what he said? As far as like it's only good if you pick a Viking?
I was using the Kensei samurai.
Okay. He said that was one of the other broken characters as well too. Is where if you have it, it's pretty much an easy win.
Yeah, because there was a Japanese word that I fought that had a sai, not a sai. Pole stick with a knife at the end. I can't remember the name of it.
Guando.
Huh? There we go.
Yeah.
She had that, but she also had poison abilities too. So like,
are you sure she was Japanese and not Chinese? Because that's the Chinese.
Japanese. She was speaking Japanese.
That's weird. Unless someone didn't do their research or some shit. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I don't know. But that I fought against a person who had that, and I would get hit by that poison tech all the time, and that wasn't cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to go into open beta again just because this game does pique my interest just a bit. I don't have a conclusive thing on it if I will get it day one or if that's a game I'll get later on.
Right.
I don't know, but I'll go into that later. But like I said, open beta starting February 9th, ending February 12th for anyone on all platforms. Next up, since this Elder Scrolls Online is getting its first expansion. Called Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind. Mm-hmm. Anyone who has played Elder Scrolls since like the early days will recognize the name Morrowind, and that's actually because you're going to be going back into Morrowind, which is the setting for Elder Scrolls 3. They are allowing you to start there without having to complete anything in the other game, so you can actually build a new character and start in that game instead of having like in other MMOs that I played. Get to a certain point in the story, and then you're able to go to a new place and do all that stuff.
Yeah. That's nice.
The game will take place, I believe, 700 years before the Elder Scrolls 3. There will be places and people that are familiar to those who played Elder Scrolls 3, but don't expect everything to be there since this is technically a prequel to that game. They are adding a new class called the Warden. That Warden will have nature-based skills.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
The Warden will have the Warden will have nature-based skills and also be able to summon a bear. So while I said that doesn't sound as intimidating.
What if the bear is Kuma and it doesn't want to do anything but play around?
Oh god, PlayStation Stars all over again. Moving on. They're adding another PvP mode that's a 4-on-4-on-4. Yes, I said that right. A 3-way 4 battle.
So now start up for a rap song.
Stop. And that will complement the current all-out full-scale war thing that they have going on at the moment. If you want to upgrade into this, and if you want to upgrade into Morrowind, it'll cost you $40 if you already have Elder Scrolls Online, or if you're a new player, it'll cost you $59.99 for the whole thing. Damn. For both Elder Scrolls Online, Tamriel Unlimited, and Morrowind.
I feel like it's cheaper just to buy the full thing.
Yeah, probably.
Wow, dude.
This game will also have a collector's edition, both a digital one and a physical one. Because that's just all the rage nowadays.
How do you have a... I just don't understand the point of a collector's edition.
I'll tell you, kind sir. In the physical collector's edition, it's going to cost $99.99 US. You'll get a Colossus statue. You will get a map of Morrowind. Sorry. Okay. You'll get a custom game case. And you also get a bunch of digital rewards. These digital rewards will also appear in the digital edition, special edition, which will retail for $80.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's $79.99 for that one.
Yes.
So it's $20 less for I might as well buy the goddamn figure then.
Exactly. Those will come with a spider pet, an armored horse, some customization, some customizable gear, some emotes, and if you get the warden class, they'll give you a special gray bear.
Ooh. Just a polar...
It's not even a polar bear.
It's a panda bear without the black spots.
It's a grizzly bear that rolled around on volcanic ash.
I think volcanic ash is black, though.
And shut up.
You got an old bear, man.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm gonna hate myself for saying this, but they got a grizzled bear.
Oh my God!
I get a pun every now and then too.
God fucking damn it! Yeah, okay.
Next up, Square Enix, however you want to pronounce their name, and Marvel announced a partnership of sorts.
What?
Yeah. This is a multi-game partnership. Square Enix apparently now has the rights to make some Marvel games. The very first project was announced to be made by Crystal Dynamics, which most of you may know from Tomb Raider games. Also, anyone who's a fan of the Soul Reaver games like I am, they made those too. Crystal Dynamics is going to be making an Avengers title. We don't have actual working title. They're kind of vague with details right now, but they did show off a little teaser trailer with someone speaking in the background, all cryptic-like, and they showed Captain America's shield and Thor's hammer, stuff like that.
Arm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of seems like they might be going the Ultron route with this, I think, but we won't know until they actually say anything. Another thing with Square is that the Deus Ex games, or the Deus Ex franchise, might be taking a bit of a nap. Mankind Divided didn't do that well as far as sales goes, so they're going to be putting it to rest for a while, unless randomly Mankind Divided just gets a huge ton of sales.
I never understood the desire for it.
For Deus Ex?
Yeah.
My experience with it, I played the first one. Well, I played the one, Human Revolution.
PlayStation through PlayStation 3, right?
Yeah, Human Revolution. I played that one. I got bored of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I watched your roommate play it back a while ago when he had it, and it did not appease me at all.
He loved it, but
yeah,
I guess there's a different kind of appeal behind it.
Yeah.
But there's also rumors that Eidos Montreal will be working on a Guardian of the Galaxies game.
Give it to me. Fuck it. Let's do it. Broke my yawn for that one.
Did that hurt?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
You mean like in the back of the throat type of thing? Nope.
Yeah.
I was fine. I was like at 90% completion, and I was like, I'm gonna break it off.
Interesting. So we got those two things to look forward to. I wonder how
far they are with it.
Well, given the fact that they just teased it, they probably didn't get that far. I mean, enough to at least know what they're doing, but not enough to show us actual gameplay. They didn't even give us a title.
Teasing this early on is still, I want to say, it can go either way, honestly.
True.
It could be released later this year, or because Thor's movie is coming out this year.
You know, I've never seen any of the Thor movies.
You're not missing much.
Okay. Next up, Animal Crossing was supposed to have a title coming out early this year for mobile.
Yeah!
As part of Nintendo's initiative to make their properties a bit more well-rounded.
Yeah.
But as of late, Fire Emblem Heroes was announced, and that apparently is going to launch on the 2nd of February.
Wow.
And in response to that, Animal Crossing got delayed.
Damn.
So Animal Crossing was supposed to come out around this time, and they said, well, since we want this other game to come out around this time, we're going to push this into the next fiscal year. For those of you that don't know, which I don't imagine many of you would, Nintendo's fiscal year starts April 1st. So we might see this game in the summer.
Fools.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's my pun. I replied back, rebuttal.
Okay.
What else you got?
That's it.
That was it?
Yeah.
Man, we earlier before we started recording, I said we'll be done in about 20 minutes, but that's a lie.
And we're almost at 40.
We can talk as long as the best of them.
Sure.
We can honestly keep going, but I'm sure we're not going to do that. But I kind of want to do do you want to do a redo of the 20 seconds?
Nah. That was
fair enough, because I'm just I kind of want to, but at the same time I don't. Make it hard to say name all the Pokemon from Sun and Moon. You have 20 seconds.
Oh God, no! I only know 3.
All I can do is tell you Rockruff, and that's it. I don't even know who
4.
Litten.
How many do I know from the
Lycron.
What the fuck is that?
Lycran?
Oh, Lycanroc.
Lycanroc.
5.
Thank you.
I know more than that. I know the starters. So that's 9.
Rowlet, Litten, and then
Poplio.
there's the one that doesn't matter.
I don't know. Wait, shit.
It's just design is just
Brianne,
ugly.
it's the second form. The third form is Primarina. Okay, I do.
Yeah.
Primarina. I don't. What is?
I don't know Litten's
Torracat.
third. There you go. That's
Torracat.
second, right?
That's second, and the third one is the wrestler.
The champion of fire.
Wow, that is really bugging me. Why did I forget that thing's name?
I didn't change his name. What is his name?
Rowlet, Dartrix, Decidueye.
I don't even understand.
What is that thing's name? This is gonna bug me.
I really don't want to pull up my phone and look because I want to be, that was my starter Pokemon. I don't want to.
You're not gonna do it. I am. I'm gonna feel stupid when I look this up.
Oh my god, it's right there.
I know, right?
It doesn't start with a D.
Nabby. That's his Japanese name. Is
I should have
Nabby.
fucking named it that. Embor.
No.
Embercat.
That's Generation 5.
Embercat. Timber. Watch that be a earth a ground fire Pokemon.
Incineroar. Timber's a fighting type, actually. Generation 6. No, 5. Generation 5, yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's actually real Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. Timber Gooder and Conkeldurr. God, I hate Conkeldurr.
What is it, a stealing ground?
No, it's fighting.
Oh.
It's fighting, but it's... Ugh. It's strong as shit and has guts.
Gross.
Exactly.
Well, guys, that concludes the episode, Non-Canon episode 64. And as always, you all continue to have fun, play
Sound like
games.
an airline pilot.
Now I'm going to do it because you said that. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Non-Canon 64 podcast. We appreciate you on this journey through the 38, probably 40 minutes, depending on how long I get done with this. Please tune in to our Twitch streams at twitch.tv noncanoncrew. Tune in to our YouTube page, our Facebook, and our Twitter. We will always be open to any suggestions that you guys have, and tune in Wednesdays for our Super Friends Z's, where we play Xenoverse 2 with each other.
This man is really trying to draw this out. Just we are signing off.
This in about 40 seconds.
Just
All right, guys. Till then.